All right, Taylor. So I think we're going to hopefully keep this audio working for the rest of the game here, but we're going to take a look at this cavern crawl. This is a feature of the battle pass that I was telling you about. I refer to it as the compendium. Basically, it like assigns you random heroes that fit different characteristics, and if you could win a game as that hero, you unlock the path. So, for example, if I were to win this game over here as Tide Hunter, this path would move me to here. I'd get whatever reward was sitting here, and then this path would open up for me to go try to get this reward. And the rewards can be different things. They can be sets, they can be treasure chests, they can be experience bundles to level up your battle pass even more to get more unlocks and things like that. Um, so I know we talked about playing Luna, but I think I might try to play Juggernaut because I actually have two different lanes that Juggernaut fills for me here. Luxuriously bearded carry hero is Juggernaut, as well as carry hero with bad teeth. So it would unlock this path as well as this path. Sometimes they pick funny names like that, yeah. But we'll see what happens. I have to queue specifically for that role. I am going to play a ranked game, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. Ranked, and I'm going to queue for. Let's see. I think I'm just gonna try queuing one game for only safe lane, so you can see Juggernaut. That way, it guarantees me that I get to play carry. I really like playing this version of ranked, um, because it gives you like the option to spend a role queue game um, to play whatever specific role you want. Um, and obviously, there's violations for if people play a role if it's not assigned to them. You can report them, and they'll get their account will get punished in some sort of way. But let's talk about Juggernaut here quick. Um, so Juggernaut is a melee agility hero who's a carry, and he's got four abilities. I have a cool cosmetic for him here. Um, but his first ability is called Blade Fury, which a lot of people refer to as spin to win. He spins around, spinning his blade around in a circle around him, granting himself magic immunity and dealing damage to nearby enemy units. You can move around while you're doing this, and it does deal 160 damage per second for 5 seconds. So it's pretty good damage. It's generally the first skill that you max because it scales really well. As you can see, it decreases in cooldown, as well as decreases in mana, and it also increases in damage. So it's very, very good. Generally, Juggernaut's best way to pressure the enemy laner during the laning stage, because he doesn't deal much damage with his right clicks. He deals more damage in the sense of this ability. The next two abilities are up for debate on which one you max next, but I'll go over both of them. The first one is called Healing Ward. It is exactly what it sounds like. Juggernaut places a ward down that he can control that heals his allies around him based on 2%, 3%, 4%, and 5% respective levels. 60-second cooldown, 140 mana. I personally like to max this ability second because it gives like it's Juggernaut's best way of helping the team when he shows up for a fight. He can keep his allies alive. And it helps if if your team gets off to a very early lead, then he can build into a like he can push early with his team, because the healing ward helps you guys push because it also heals your creeps. His third ability is called Blade Dance. It's a passive. It's just a crit. It scales with crit chance. So at level 4, you have a 35% chance to deal 180% crit. It's not bad. Um, a lot of people like to build it or max it first. I like to get 1 point in it and then go back for my healing ward. And I usually don't get that 1 point for a little while, but it's completely up to a preference. His last ability is his ultimate. It's called Omni Slash. It's one of the most unique abilities in the game. Um, Pierce's spell immunity means that if they're, spell immune, it still works. It's physical damage. He leaps toward the target enemy units and then slashes the target and other nearby enemy units at an increased attack rate. He's invulnerable for the duration. At level 1, it's 3 seconds, and he gets an extra 30 bonus damage. And he jumps around and slashes enemies um, based on his attack speed. He gets 1.7 increase just from the ultimate. So if you build more attack speed items, obviously you get more jumps off during the duration of 3 seconds. It's a really unique ability. Basically, level 1 is used to get solo kills in your lane. Um, but later on it can be really really good because he can place his healing ward during it. He can also use items during it. So if you build in like different items that have active abilities, he can use them while he's omni slashing. Um, and it's one of the best ways for him to actually deal some damage at all stages of the game, really. So hopefully we get to play him. Looks like this queue is taking a little bit too long, but that's okay. Um, just talking through his skill tree really quick. I personally like to get at level 10. I like to get the 20 movement speed because he benefits a lot from extra movement speed because of his Blade Fury, his spin to win, as well as just maneuvering around very quickly. The +5 all stats is fine too, not really a huge deal, but I like building the movement speed instead. At level 15, I prefer the +80 Blade Fury movement speed. So that means that while he spins, he gets an extra 80 movement speed. Again, just keeping you on top of the enemy while you're spinning is very good because it also goes well with your level 20 plus 100 Blade Fury DPS, damage per second. Um, if they had a really heavy physical team, I could see picking up the +8 armor. But he's an agility hero, so he naturally gains agility just from progressing through agility items. +1 second Omni slash duration is what I usually get at level 25 as well. So um, while we're still waiting for the queue to go here, we'll talk through some items that Juggernaut typically builds. There's a unique starting item that a lot of melee heroes will build, and it's called Quelling Blade. It gives you an increased attack damage against non-hero units by 18 for melee heroes and 5 for ranged. So you get an extra 18 damage when you're last hitting, which can really help you last hit better. It only builds into one upgraded item, which is called Battle Fury, which is also a farming item that Juggernaut sometimes will build. I don't know if we're going to build it yet or not, but almost all agility heroes, it is correct to build a Quelling Blade on. Certain strength heroes, I will do it, but I usually don't with Sven because Sven, I like Sven and other strength heroes just naturally have a very high um, last hit damage that they do. So it's not really like necessary, I guess. Generally, agility heroes, in order to balance them out, because the agility items are they scale so much better and they're much more commonly built. They get more damage out of them as agility heroes. Generally, they start off with lower um, base damage at the beginning of the game. Obviously, we build some tangos, at least one instance of them, so that together is looking at 240 gold. And then I usually build one, maybe even two mangoes, depending, because Blade Fury costs a decent amount of mana, and having extra mangoes to give you that burst of 110 mana is really good. It also, the extra HP regen is not wasted on Juggernaut. He can use that early for laning, which is good. Um, and then I usually buy one circlet that I will eventually turn into a Wraith Band. As early as I possibly can because Wraith Band is very good early. But it looks like we found our match, so let's see how it goes. I am going to be playing safe lane. I'm going to nominate probably a Slark for banning, just because I don't really want to deal with him. So we're going to go ahead and ping our top lane. I just alt-clicked on the map there, and we're going to wait and see. Ideally, we'd want our support players to pick first, but it's not really a big deal. I don't want to lose gold. So if we get down to below 10 seconds and and no one's picked yet, then I'm just going to pick. It's not a big deal to me. Um, okay, so Witch Doctor came out for the other team. We have a Warlock, which is pretty good. Warlock's likely going to go down in this lane here. Um, so I hope this guy. Okay, he picked. We have a Grimstroke. That's our other support. He's going to be my laning partner. These guys are going to lose some gold. They only lost 2 gold. Okay. Legion Commander is likely going to be the off-lane hero. That's not cool. I hate when people do that. The Legion Commander is probably going to be over here. So, okay, Clockwork's good. We're getting some good picks. Clockwork is a good off-lane hero that can pick off these supports pretty well. This is looking like a decent Juggernaut game. I think it fits into the lineup well. Oh, Juggernaut's actually banned. Okay. I didn't realize that after I spent the entire time talking about Juggernaut. We'll play some Phantom Assassin, actually. So, scratch what I said about Juggernaut. Store it away for another time. Um, Phantom Assassin is a little bit of an RNG based hero. I have a cool cosmetic for her, that's why she looks different. But her ultimate is a 15% chance to do a huge critical damage. So she's a little bit of a glass cannon. Sometimes she's a bit RNG based as well, but her abilities just basically synergize on that. Her first skill is called Stifling Dagger. It's what you max first. Gives you an ability to throw a dagger, dealing a percentage of Phantom Assassin's attack damage. Can also crit. Also carries her modifiers, and is pretty solid. Blink, Phantom Strike, we'll go over that one when we get it, and then Blur is a good evasive passive. So we're gonna build Quelling Blade on her too, because she starts with pretty low base damage. One Mango is likely good enough. One Circlet, Tangos, and a couple of branches, and that's gonna be my build. Circlet's gonna go into an early Wraith Band, and then depending on how this game pans out, the enemy team has a Spectre, which is a pretty good late game hero that scales pretty well with farm. So I basically have to make a decision early on. We have a good answer to her in Necrophos, but I have to decide, am I going to build a way to fight early, or am I going to build a way to try to farm and keep up with the Spectre in the late game? So um, gonna gonna build Wraithband first because it upgrades from my circlet. Likely gonna pick up some boots. We'll go over the different. She has two different ways that she plays. Two different ways that she plays. Builds boots. One of them is phase boots. One of them is treads. It just depends on the game or the player. A lot of people like to build treads because, or like to build phase boots because the extra damage converts into critical damage. I prefer to use treads sometimes because the tread switching for mana is pretty solid. Um, so I'm moving my camera around right now with W, A, S, and D, which I don't like to edge pan. Edge pan makes me really frustrated. I never got good at it, so I'm just a little bit here and there, like pushing around and stuff. Um, as you can see, my item abilities, my item buttons are there, and then I have 1, 2, 3, and then my ultimate is a passive, so I don't have to worry about it as much. Um, I don't think we're going to end up building or contesting this rune. I think I'm just gonna let him have it. Oh, maybe not. Okay, we got it. So that was Grimstroke's ability that put a movement speed buff on me. That also stunned after a couple of seconds. So that's really good. We don't want to block these at all. Okay, beautiful. We don't want to block these because the creep wave comes all the way over here. So we're just going to try to get some last hits. I'm going to use that aggro trick I talked about to pull these creeps back over onto my range creep, and then I'm going to move up. Because I don't really need to be standing back right now. I need to be in a place where I can last hit this creep, and then move my way back up to try to get this last hit over here. Oh, bummer. The creep decided to attack that one, so... Okay. Keep these... I shouldn't have brought them... Okay, we're good. We're good. They're not under tower. I don't want the tower to hit them because then they push the wave. So we'll use a Tango. I'm going to stay here to keep... Nope. Damn it. Okay, good. They're coming back this way. So sorry, I couldn't really commentate that, but I skilled my level 2, which is a Blink Strike, which you saw me use. The Blink Strike allowed me to blink onto the Phantom Assassin, and it gave me, or blink onto the Witch Doctor, and it gave me 2 seconds of increased attack speed onto that target. So that was really good that we got me the first blood. That's an extra good chunk of gold for me. Okay, that's fine. We got some good damage off on her. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the mango or the tree trick by my Wraith Band and my boots. Um, Now I'm gonna be looking to upgrade my boots here shortly. Um, Not sure what into yet, if phase boots or treads, but we've been very aggressive so far, which is good. I'm gonna use this opportunity to try to get some extra solo experience here. Okay. Maxing dagger first because it scales in range and damage, like percent reduction. So, okay. So I'll use the dagger to get a last hit there, which is good. I'll go over here and get my item. They have two ranged creeps here, so it's gonna push to me, which is very good. I want the lane pushed back to me. I think I'm gonna end up getting phase boots. I like phase boots. I think that it's gonna be pretty good. This might be a Battle Fury game, which is a good farming item for this character. Um, okay, so I have to be really careful here. We're last hitting on our tower, which can be a little tricky. Okay, so we've missed two so far, which is generally not good. We're gonna miss that one too. That's unfortunate. We'll get this one though, and then this one we might get. Nope. Okay, that was unfortunate. We missed a lot of those last hits. So we likely can't kill this Legion commander, but we can probably kill the other person, the Witch Doctor. He's the easiest one to kill. So as you can see, my laning partner, Grimstroke, is very, very, very good. He's basically winning me this lane right now. Um, so we're gonna give him another tip. So we can work on the phase boots components right now. I'm gonna go ahead and move this over here. Our lane appears to be going. All of our lanes appear to be going very well. This Legion commander is chasing me for some reason. I don't really know why. I'm gonna buy my item just in case I die here. I think I'm probably dead. Nope. Oh yeah, I am. Okay. Well, that's okay. We got double bounty rune for it. They rotated a hero for it. That was fine. Annoying, but fine. Um, we got a kill in their Spectre bottom for the second time. My Clockwork is going to be able to make a lot of space in the early part of the game. Um, Unfortunately for me, the creep wave is all the way up here, so I'm going to go ahead and teleport back to this area and maybe stack myself a camp or something. If I can make it here in time, I don't know if I can. I'll try to pull it. I'll try to pull it over to these creeps. Okay, so I'm almost level. I got my level 5 now. So all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and ferry myself out my phase boots. So just try to stand up here a little bit, get my last hits. Legion Commander is gonna be very difficult to kill. I'm dead. I'm gonna take out to the Maledict. It's not even worth saving myself. So apparently they're gonna sacrifice the Spectre's farm to try to stop me, which is just not probably gonna bode well for them. I think the Witch Doctor is still up there. And this lane is not going well anymore. I'm not really... I have a couple of kills, but I'm not really getting... So I think it's better for me to not be, or for them to be like up here than trying to protect the Spectre's farm, because Spectre's a lot scarier for us to deal with later on. But the phase boots are giving me a bit of an extra last hitting advantage because I've got the extra damage now. So, but Legion Commander is level 6, so we have to keep an eye on the duel. Because of the way that this game's been going, I don't think I'm going to go Battle Fury. I'll see how the next few minutes go with my farming, but okay. I'm going to build this magic wand now and then likely build this blightstone. I think that that's going to be the best way that I can actually contribute. Um, so this Lich Doctor's only level 4. But you'll see the crit come out here when it happens. It's not happening anytime really soon right now, but I'm going to go ahead and call this poor man's shield back to me. And this blightstone. So I'm going to go try to look to get involved here, I think. There was the crit, if you saw it. Okay, we got a double kill out of it for a support, which is very good. I didn't really lose anything. I've got a couple of items now coming out to me, which it's almost the 10-minute runes. So that's the crit that you just saw again there. So I'm okay with this. Depending on how the next couple minutes go, like I said, I may end up getting... Crit, please. There we go. Not enough damage yet. But I think we're likely gonna end up queuing up the ooh. Wow.
Your middle tower is under attack. Moving quickly. Yes. On my wake up. Don't blink for your missing.
I didn't crit at all much there, so you definitely saw the negative. So that was really good. I'm gonna go for a fighting build here, I think. We just got a triple kill top, so I'm gonna go ahead and probably queue up this Mask of Madness, which is a life-stealing item that also, when I activate it, gives me some attack speed. I just don't think that I would really benefit from a... I don't think I really benefit from the extra, like, farming utility that I get from the other item. I think it'd be better for me to get something a little bit different. So she also has an early at level 15 she can get a cleave talent. Okay, I'm already out. At the later levels, people usually end up building at the later levels, people usually end up building a or picking up that cleave, so I won't have to really worry about it as much. But I'm gonna go ahead and build this lifesteal, I think, and then go into a Desolator, which is a good fighting item for me.
The enemy's bottom tower. Did it.
So they've done a pretty good job of feeding me, which is good for me or for the team, I guess. So, oh, sorry, I meant to say what I was going to talk about was the skill build. I get 2 points in Blur, and then I go back and max Phantom Strike. That's just a personal preference. I know other people do a lot of different things, depending on the like skill build that you want to do. It's just kind of a preference. You can try out different things and see if you like them or not. Okay, I got RP'd. Okay, I bought before I died. But Clockwork's going to get one out of it at least, and we rotated several heroes to. They rotated several heroes to kill me, and I don't even think they won the duel. They did win the duel, okay, which is not great for us. But so there's that. Spectre Haunt. Necrophos is on his way up here, so hopefully that means that he's going to be able to help. I'm gonna TP here and then go down here and try to catch somebody. Not who I would have wanted to use the ultimate there, the Reaper Scythe on. But we're gonna go back for a Desolator now, which is a big 6+60 damage, reduces armor by 6 for 7 seconds. Really strong, good fighting item for her. It builds from the Blightstone that we have here. I moved the Mango to my backpack because we can't actually sell it. It's not a sellable item, and it also is. Oh, Blade Mail. Okay, interesting. So Blade Mail is an item that returns damage back to me, or back to the target. So I'm just going to keep farming. There's really nothing else to do. The Necrophos is pushing down bottom, which is good because it's keeping the Spectre out of a lane to farm. Spectre doesn't really want to farm the jungle unless she has to. I'm going to take the 12 damage. Ooh. I'm going to move to the back lines here.
Hello, this is Gabe Newell, and thanks for playing Dota 2. Double kill.
Okay, so that was good. I went to the back lines there because I figured my team already had it taken care of, so there was really no reason for me to continue to hit the Magnus when, like, I can just go for the back line and try to rack up more kills. So we've got one component. It doesn't really make too much sense to buy this right now. It's an extra 24 damage, which is nice, but I think I'm going to hold off and keep. I think I want my Quelling Blade for a little bit longer. Ooh, I want that Ring of Aquila. That Ring of Aquila is a good neutral item for me. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I think it's good for me to move this here. And I'm going to teleport bottom and farm bottom. I think keeping the pressure on their Spectre is going to be how we win this game. if I'm being honest, because it's going to be really good. I'm going to get my next point in my blink strike. I got my 12 damage point in my neutral item because it. So I'm going to look at this fight mid. I think it's. Oh my god, that was gross. We have so Grimstroke's ultimate makes any single target. This guy's ultimate makes any single target abilities hit both, um,
Some pretty fantastic stuff happening right now.
which is good. And then Necrophos' ult is the Reaper Scythe that kills. It stuns them and kills them instantaneously if they've been dealt specific, or if they're like at low enough HP, specifically. I'm gonna try to get involved here. I think maybe pick off this Witch Doctor from behind.
I think just save the rock next time, homie.
No, it's not safe for me to do likely. Likely not safe. So I'm just going to keep farming. That was a little bit of a waste of time, a little bit inefficient, but I got to continue to farm while my team fought, which is good. That's my ally TPing there because we took the outpost. Oh man. Oh man. All right, that was bad. We got set up on. I didn't know he didn't RP. Didn't realize he still had RP. That big that big like that big stun that you saw there that stunned both of us together was Magnus's ult, and I didn't realize he still had that because of his ability or his the fight middle. Um, I would assume that the Spectre is saving up for Radiance. That's what a lot of Spectres save up for. So I don't actually know what she's going for, but. Okay, she teleported out. So as long as we can keep the pressure on the Spectre, that's good. But I need to keep farming too. This is the only problem with this Phantom Assassin build is if you don't get a decent start, which we did get a fine start, but if you don't continue to keep it up, it's really hard to farm creeps efficiently because she only hits one creep at a time. That's why items like Battle Fury that can provide cleave, where it hits multiple units at once, is generally pretty good. And so we're going to get that at level 15, but we almost have our Desolator, which is going to make us really scary. But I'm going to just keep farming for now. Okay, there's our Deso. So now the next item, normally this hero would build a Black King bar for the magic community. They have three different abilities that actually go through Black King bar. They have the Ancient Apparition Ultimate, which is the blue orb that comes at us. And they have the Magnus RP, which is the big stun. And then they also have the... Okay, so he had it again, apparently. I don't know how he keeps getting it, but... Alright, so that was a really good fight for us. I'm going to go ahead and capture this. Spectre has her Sacred Relic now, so I'm going to teleport top and try to harass her. Sacred Relic builds into Radiance. It's not going to be a very fast timing for Radiance, but... Okay, we got her, which is very good. So she tried to use her ultimate there to get away, which didn't work. So I talked about Black King Bar being not great this game because it doesn't, the magic community doesn't really matter. So I have a couple different ways I can take it. Because of the nature of the fights, I think that I'm going to want an item that gives a little bit of strength, so I get a little bit of HP. And I think we need to continue to further our ability to stun them. So I'm going to build a Skull Basher. It's an item that gives me 25 strength and also some extra damage, and it or 25 damage, 10 strength, and it's going to provide a possible chance to bash. So that's where I'm gonna build this cleave, get this point instantly in cleave, which is very good. I already have the life steal that I want, so um, that's really good for me. But this basher is going to be really good because it's going to give our team an extra way to potentially get a couple second stun on the enemies, as well as some extra damage for me. It basically builds into a really good late game item too, called Abyssal Blade, that we want to use as an active to provide a large stun to the enemies. So this Spectre is likely going to come into this camp right here, so I'm going to try to bully him. Yeah, we got her again. It's really good that we keep killing her because she's the other team's carry, and so the longer she can stay dead, the less time she spends farming, and therefore the more that we get out of it. So that was really fantastic that we got the kill there. The item that she's building is it costs a lot of money, but it's very good, and it costs weird components. So it's like 3,800 gold item that doesn't build up from anything, and then a 1,300 gold recipe that also doesn't build up from anything. Okay. So I don't think I want to buy the Black King bar this game, because I don't think it. Okay, we're gonna try to get out, I think.
Staying in their triangle.
But I think, like I said, generally the more we kill Spectre, the better off we're going to be. So this item's done. This Basher's done. So I'm going to go for... I can disassemble this Mask of Madness. What is she doing? Trying to get away? Interesting. So she's not having a good game. But we are doing just fine. Basher's done.
Unstoppable.
Got the bash. So now this game's basically just over.
Less than 4 kills.
I think we Rosha fast. They have no RP, no duel.
So I got her dead again. Level 20, I think I'm going to take the extra armor corruption so I can continue to just keep dealing a bunch of damage. The Spectre is not going to have a good game. We've gotten multiple tier 2 towers. I think the next item I'm going to look towards is going to be uh, I can take it a couple different ways. I think I'm going to get the butterfly first, which I can build from my Mask of Madness component. Actually, I'll just finish the Abyssal Blade so you can see it. So I'm going to go ahead and call this component to me, and then
I'm close enough for him to catch me.
Paladin Sword is likely better than my... But like I said, Black King Bar in theory is good this game, but it's ultimately just not that strong because they don't have enough magic damage. The only one it really helps me against is like some of the stuns. But if I just play cautiously like I have been, I can play around those stuns pretty well. I want to be in hitting people, but I don't necessarily want to be the first one in. I kind of want my clockwork to be the first one in. Okay, that was a good trade for us. I could buy back and try to teleport in, but I don't necessarily think it's really needed. Oh, he cliffed himself. Beautiful.
I'm not reading those.
Okay, they bought back on Magnus. That's fine. Um, Clockwork's teleporting out, but it's a really long teleport. I don't know where he chose to teleport to. Oh, nice. If we can kill this guy again, that would be huge. Okay, he RP'd. I don't know if I fully understand him using his ultimate there, but that was a little bit. I kind of got jumped there, but it didn't. I still went for the support in the back line to do as much damage as I could. The BKB there isn't really going to help me. Neither is lifesteal that much. Ancient Apparition is really annoying. That orb that hits you stops all of your healing and slowly deals you damage, and if you drop below 10% of your max HP, you die. So like instantaneously. So it's not great for me to build. Um, for me to build like BKB or something if it doesn't actually provide me anything. Um, so I'm gonna just pretend I'm just gonna farm these creeps. My Clockwork's pushing in the lane. I'm looking for that Spectre. We have a repair kit, which is good. I'm looking for that Spectre to show up. I don't think she's going to. Okay. So that's the ult right there. Frostbitten. Taking damage over time and cannot heal or regenerate health will instantly shatter if health drops too low. It's not a very long duration early on, but it is a pretty good ability, a pretty good ultimate later in the game. So I could eat if you want to eat. Or how long am I going to be? I'm not sure. A little bit longer maybe. This game's going well, but I don't know. I can make some food if you want to start studying or... Okay. 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 So if you remember, Taylor, how I said that that my dagger carries all of my orbs, that means that my dagger gets my percent cleave that I have from this, and it also life steals, and it also provides me uh, it provides me a nice way to bash from a distance because it also carries my ability to bash. So it's pretty solid. Magnus is showing on the map down there, which is good. So now I have this Abyssal Blade. So now I can go back for the butterfly, and likely we should set our eyes towards Roshan to get me an extra life. But I'm gonna go ahead and queue up this butterfly because it's really good damage as well, and it can be built from my one of my two components of my Mask of Madness. Does Spectre have Radiance? She does have Radiance.
Yeah, we need to like set things up a bit here. The next rock is up. Let's just fucking yeah. Ideally, we need to kill them first, or at least kill the mag. We had decent kills.
So Radiance is annoying because Radiance also provides an aura burn for her, which is why she can farm with it. Um, I think we smoked under their vision. I popped.
Ooh.
So Smoke of Deceit there lets us go invisible for a little while until we can get the until we come near an enemy hero, and then so we're just trying to kill this as quickly as we can. We're trying to keep as many heroes out of the pit as we can because it can be a little bit of a choke point. So I'm going to move my Wraith Band off to the side here, and then I'm going to be picking up this extra item, which is wonderful. So the Radiant got the kill though, which is really annoying. They sniped it with the AA Blast. So I'm going to go for this Magnus. Okay, we got 2.
They took out the enemy's middle tower!
Do not die fast here in buildings, please. Garbage you foes, that's how we lose the game, okay?
Oh man, what? Get up on out of here! The Radiants have fortified their structures!
Please don't. Should probably just go loud.
You gotta get serious! Top tower's under attack! Ooh, they took out the enemy's middle tower! Your top tower's under attack. What a mess. You gotta get serious! Top tower's under attack!
Okay, so we got both. We got both the barracks, which is good.
Pouring up top. We have 30 seconds.
Top tower just got shattered. Stand down. Close call.
So she got away there. That was really annoying. Okay, we got out too. That's really good. We lost the Necrophos, but we got out afterwards, and we got the barracks. So I need a way to hit this chick with when she has her Radiance active. Oh, nice. We got the Legion Commander. All right, I'm gonna go try to help this guy now. I think we can probably take a fight in this area. I might be if I can get on top of somebody. They're all building blade mails, so they're trying to get me to kill myself on their blade mails because it returns all the damage that I deal back at me. So basically, I can't go on the Spectre right away. I want to go on the other heroes first, and then try to. So we want to keep fighting because I obviously have this item that's really strong. So I'm going to go ahead and disassemble this item, unlock this one, and swap it with my... And the next item I'm going to look at is going to be a Satanic, which is a big lifesteal item that also gives me some HP, and then maybe an MKB as my last item. So...
Hooray! The enemy's bottom tower is destroyed.
Okay, so we're going to try to push here. I'm going to look for a jump, so is my clockwork.
We don't have rock for 40. Just gotta be careful.
So that was really good by me there. We're just gonna back up, wait for the ult to end. Okay, now we'll just take this tower. We should take it pretty quickly. Okay. So I want to get these creeps up here attacking. This is the objective. This is how we win the game. Diving into their fountain like this is not going to win us the game.
This just in. The enemy's bottom barracks
Okay. So I lost my Aegis to the Immortal. So she's got an item that keeps disarming me. It's really annoying. Oh, we got them all. They're all dead. So now we're going to work our way top, and we're going to... I'm going to use my courier to buy my item and go to this. I sent it to the secret shop with my 2 command. And now we can just take this tower, and I'm going to have... and then I'm going to call this to me, which is a really big lifesteal item. Okay, so we got mega creeps, which is good. That means all of our creeps are going to be insane. Just killing some extra buildings here. But I'm not combining. So now I can go back for a really big damage at him. Likely going to be an MKB. And like MKB gives me a chance to hit the Spectre through, a good chance to hit the Spectre through her Radiance Burn, which is preventing me from doing so right now. So I'm just going to keep ending the game. There's no reason to prolong this game. Some people like to fountain farm. I don't really see the point. Okay, game over. So that was good. We managed to keep the Spectre in check and stop her from getting too far ahead, and we also managed to get me a decent amount of farm. So the I had 31 crits that game. That seems like a little bit low in my opinion, but yeah, she's pretty fun. Relies a little bit on getting lucky. You got to get lucky with some of your crits, but that's just part of the game. Sometimes you get lucky. So we're unlocking our cavern spot here. There's a Luna game actually. That's perfect. I'll be able to play Luna in a game. But I got some points here for my cavern crawl battle pass, which is good. That's what I did that for. So if you look, Spectre didn't. She had technically around the same number of last hits as I did, but she also died 6 times with only being a part of 6 kills, where I was a part of 30 kills. So my net worth was just naturally higher than hers. She had 394 gold per minute. She was on, she just didn't get a chance to farm up very well. But they did build pretty well against me. Like Ghost Scepter's good as a support character. Heaven's Halberd's good against me. I have really no way of getting that off. But we just had a much better team that peaked a bit earlier, and our clockwork kept the Spectre in check, so she couldn't just free farm, because if she had gotten a Radiance a lot earlier than when she did, she might have been a lot more of a problem. So that was the general like consensus that game. So they did technically have the tools to deal with me, but the rest of my team was also pretty well. My clockwork played well, everyone played well. So I'm gonna go back here and drop some commends to everybody. And yeah, that's Phantom Assassin. So hopefully you got something out of that game.